This is Rod Kuselman's Spoon for Risk on September 7th, 2016. All times in the chart are Central Standard Time. Let's talk about what we were calling on Tuesday, September 6th. Based upon certain bars in the premium, we anticipated that this market was going to short today. And in particular, what was compelling us to that decision was this situation that developed very close to 10:30 yesterday morning. We saw an unusual bar down on the premium to this level here, which by any stretch, as you can see, is considerably lower than most of the other bars forecasting a return to this particular price. Now, what was that price? Well, not difficult to see. We were down at this particular time to 77.25. All right, the very next 10-second bar, the premium moved up considerably. So while this was not technically, a naked bar, as we call them, the bar was low enough for me to expect that we would return to this price. Now, when we come right over here to the low of 77.75, once again you can see that even the second bar here, that second bar, if you compare this particular threshold here where we pivoted to this threshold here where we also pivoted, this is much lower. So my gut feeling was that we would return to 77.25. But the true predictable bar was really at 77.75. Now, we actually thought the market was going to continue on down. And we thought that we were going to test the low from the 6th, which is way down here. Okay. That's what we really expected. And we based that on the premium. So, for that reason, we expected a short today. Now, that short, in fact, did materialize. If we raise the bar here just to the low here at now let's raise it up to here, 77.75. And you can see what happened here. As we move into today, down we come, and we bounce off of this level. Now, that level was a support area. You wouldn't have seen it on this particular chart, but you would see it on this one. 77.75, all right, was showing up as a support area. Now, for that reason, this bounce that materialized was in fact anticipated, because that was a point of control. And just in case you think we were creating that, this 2177.75 is based upon the low from the 27th of June to the 6th, all right? So that's where it shows up. And that's exactly where the market came down to. And in fact, just dropped a little bit lower, but then it bounced. So you kind of needed to be aware that that support area, that point of control was there. Well, and incidentally, what makes the difference between these 2 points of control Let's just go back here so you can see it. We run a market profile on both the ES.D as well as the ES. All right. One is based upon the .D, the other based upon the overnight market. So there was a good reason to expect that this thing might in fact bounce. Now, did the premium forecast that? That is another question. This big bar right here, as we came down, we had a naked bar up there, as naked as they come. And this is back at 82. And when you take us back to 82, not only is that where we went back to, but we spent a fair amount of time there. And when we finally did exceed it, we came right back there when we found 82 as support late in the day. And then up we go. So, if you look at the premium from this low, the premium was already forecasting, take it from this point here to this point here to this point here. We're going up. All right. Then we finally begin to tail off a little bit. Okay. Just imagine a great big RSI over this period of time. We're really losing strength as we get in here, and finally we come up to this point. Now we managed to squeak out just a few, a little more out of this. We pushed up higher here before it began to fall off, and then we took it back up right after the close. But the premium did forecast this return, and of course also the support level based on the POC of the S.D served as a basis for that bounce. However, we still had that naked bar way down at yesterday's low, and that stands as a compelling issue for us to anticipate a potential return to that price in the days ahead. Brief review of today's activity, and I'm Rod Kusin and Spoon for RSK.